Hi guys, welcome back to another Friday edition of our Emerald Guitar shipping video. We're back in the shipping room here. It's myself, Dan, and Caolan this week. Gonna take you through our custom guitars. Of course, Alistair is off on his holidays, enjoying himself on the beach. So,
nice for some.
Yeah, we'll get our time too.
That's it.
What we've got in our hands here is a couple of examples of our new Emerald Black Opus limited edition range. We just launched these last week and we have had quite a few orders in already.
That's it. We're in the pre-order territory, but the next batch is rolling out as we speak. They're great. There's so much love for these guitars already.
Yeah.
They're just a really nice stripped back, super functional version of the Emerald line. Has all the playability, has all the looks, but it has this super rugged finish. So they're very popular.
That's basically the idea behind these. So we wanted to develop something that was, really stripped back aesthetically, and something that's slightly more, accessible cost-wise for people that are looking to get into emeralds. So basically what we've got here is the crystallized black satin finish on all of them. So these are just basically one spec. We have the X20 model and the X7 model. So we've still got, stainless steel frets, still the same shapes and molds and everything. We've still got the same curves, all that kind of stuff. But they are basically just kind of spec'd down a little bit. So we've got the one finish, the one color, all of them. We've got a LR Bags Element Bronze pickup in every single one, and we also have the Emerald tuners. So that's just basically a single spec Emerald that we're offering now. You can see the tuners on the back there.
And important to say too, folks, they are still all plecked. They all will play as well as any other Emerald guitar that you will lift off the shelf. But as Dan mentioned, they're a very accessible price point.
Yeah. So we've had a lot of people loving these already, and we're loving them here too. Lovely tone, lovely playability off them, of course, same as every other Emerald. But just wanted to show those off for anyone that's been checking them out recently. We have had plenty of orders for them. So we are building these in batches. So if you go onto the website and you're looking for one and we don't have any in stock, we will be, we're doing a pre-order system where you can order from the next batch that are coming out. So that's the Black Opus range. You can go on and find more. We'll leave the link in the description. For now, let's have a look at some of these gorgeous custom emeralds that we've got ready this week. We'll start off, of course, we'll go from the smallest up to the biggest. We've got a big Synergy X20 there at the end, but we'll start off here at this lovely little X7. This one's going out to Owen in Slough in England. So there's a couple of really nice quilted carbon fretboards coming through this week. We can see it's got this beautiful quilted all shimmering effect on the fretboard. It's a really cool option that we started offering in the last couple of months. So Owen's gone for this lovely marriage of standard black back and sides with the black and silver inlay of the Celtic vine. And then he's also got the High Vibe smart guitar system in this one. So that basically turns your guitar into a smart guitar. We've got a couple of little speakers inside the guitar here. You can hear some onboard effects like reverb, delay, distortion, boost, all these kind of things coming back through in real time while you're playing. So it means that you don't need to plug into any external effects. So really cool system. If you want to find out more about that, we've got some demos as well. You can check them out in our channel.
Next up, we have Rich in New Hampshire, and what a stunning guitar. We have a figured quilted maple top, and that's done with our amber burst over it. You can see the flame coming through there. It's beautiful. This X10 is also fitted with the High Vibe system, and just to blend in with that amber burst, we have a lovely standard red back and sides. I think that's a really fun combination with the amber burst. You can see all these red tones here perfectly fade into it. We have the Celtic hound inlay in gold with red accents, which is really pretty. And then just to set that off, we have some gold hardware throughout, so your strap buttons and your tuners. That's a really pretty guitar, Rich, and health to enjoy it.
So next up then we have this gorgeous virtual going to Ron in Nova Scotia. We've got a really cool effect here. Also, you know, we've got another beautiful piece of that quilted carbon fretboard with the vine on the infinity knot. And then we've got that beautiful purple quilted maple veneer on the front. Ties in really well with the black back and sides. We've got some really cool color combinations coming in this week. That one's going to Ron in Nova Scotia. You can see all these little details here in the quilted maple. You know, these veneers, they're all real pieces of wood. Any one that you find on the builder, there's only one of each piece. You can tell that people have put a lot of thought into the colors and the placement of these, because they've all turned out so well. Beautiful. So Ron, that's your virtual going out to you in Nova Scotia. Enjoy that.
Now for the first X20 of the day, this is going out to Gianluca in Italy, and what a pretty guitar it is. This is Royal Ebony on the top, and you can see it has such a variation in tones, everything from almost white over here to really warm light yellow tones right through to black. Really, really pretty. This is fitted with an LR Baggs element, so you have your volume and tone control, and it has the standard black back and sides. So that is just the color of the carbon with a clear coat over the top. It's really, really pretty, and it really matches well with these black tones in the veneer. So enjoy.
And that was the first of a few different X20s that we've got here this week. Next up, we're going to Texas. This one's going out to Victor. And check that out. We've got another quilted carbon fretboard. This time pairing really well with the gold vines and then the little silver accent there. You can see the shimmer in that and the detail on it. It's so cool to look at. Really nice detail. Pairing really well with the gold hardware, which is one of my favorites. And then we'll move down and catch that real cool, look at that Royal Ebony. People always seem to pick out, you know, different faces and different figures in these. That's another thing about them, there's so much detail in there. And then paired, of course, with the black back and sides. That gold hardware really sets it off. Yeah, it's a really cool color combination. Remember, it's like a lion or something, isn't it?
Yeah, it shows you the difference too.
Yeah.
Two different Royal Ebony veneers can have.
It's like just like the height of opulence there with all the gold. Absolutely. And the Royal Ebony. Very royal. So that one's going out to Victor in Texas. That'll be perfect for the heat out in Texas. Of course, every emerald is made with carbon fiber, whether you see the wood veneer on top. And even if it does have the wood veneer on top, remember that that doesn't compromise, you know, the stability of the guitar or anything. It's purely an aesthetic choice. So that sort of thing is perfect for handling the heat out in Texas or the cold up in the mountains or anything like that too.
This next one is going out to Richard in Oregon. And again, we have an X20. We have quilted maple. This time done with a teal. This is a really popular finish recently. You see the definition within that quilted maple. It almost looks like it's moving as it hits the light. And we've paired that with the quilted fretboard. We have the offset lines here in white, and that's such a fantastic look. You can see how well the quilted fretboard blends in with the quilted maple. We've matched this with some chrome hardware, which is very, very pretty and really complements the teal well. And on the back and sides, we've went for a vibrant teal, which is just a stunning finish. Super bright, really catches the light well, and looks great. This guitar has the high vibe system installed. So as Dan mentioned, you can have all your effects unplugged, you can plug it in, connect to the app. It has a looper, it has metronomes, everything built in, and you can have all of that unplugged. So super, super high tech, super interesting, and it looks like a great guitar. Richard, I'm sure you're going to enjoy it.
So we're going back to Texas for this next one. And I think this is a pretty cool color combination for anyone that's going to be out in Texas. We've got this really cool X20 going to Marcus in Texas. So let's check out that veneer on there. We've got this really cool piece of quilted maple. Or flame maple, sorry, this is the flame maple. You can see the difference between the flame maple and the quilted maple. This one really looks like it's on fire. Such a cool look. And then we've got some of our new inlays that we released back in St. Patrick's Day. So we took inspiration from a lot of Irish folklore, a lot of Irish ancient designs from the Book of Kells, and also from a few sort of ancient standing stones that are up around the Inishowen Peninsula for not only this, but some of the other designs. We saw Celtic hound there recently as well. So these are really cool additions to the lineup. So we've got a lovely burst there on that flame maple. If anyone's looking for an acoustic to match their Les Paul, they know where to go.
Absolutely.
And then marrying that with the vibrant red back and sides, which is just so cool to get that, you know, that contrast between the reds on the top and then the sides as well, and the black trim. So one of the other things that Marcus has gone here for this one is the addition of the LR Bags Hi-Fi Duet pickup system. Fantastic pickup system. I know a lot of people are getting into these recently, and we're just really delighted to have this available on our guitars. It's a really cool new design, basically from LR Bags, where they've totally redesigned the mic from their previous pickup systems. It's got the new silo mic in here, and then also two transducers which sit underneath the actual body. So that picks up the actual sound of the top of the guitar, and you can add in the mic for this really cool natural sound. It's really great for bringing that sort of studio sound to the stage, I think.
Absolutely.
Really good for anyone that's working off in-ears as well, because it gives you that cool, you know, natural sound off your acoustic on stage. So Marcus in Texas, enjoy that one.
Next up, we have got Dan in Quebec. And I know Dan is very, very excited to receive his beautiful X2012. We have quilted maple over the top, and we have a lovely amber burst on this. Now, when Dan was designing this guitar, he was very clear that his main thing with the veneer was he wanted that grain to pop, and Caolan Paint has done a fantastic job of that. You can see the depth in that veneer is crazy. We've paired that up with the gold rings running up the fretboard and the gold hardware really to set that off. We have standard amber back and sides, which is really great. It lets the top of the guitar do all the talking. And we have an LR Bags element system in this. So Dan, I'm very, very glad to be getting this on its way to you, and I hope you enjoy it.
So we're back in the US for this next guitar, going to Oklahoma. This one's going out to David. So for this one, we've got our biggest, you know, acoustic main body size. This is the X30. This is the big boy, the big jumbo. We've got this beautiful piece of Tama wash here on the front with the green over the top. And then that pairs really well with the inlay choices that we've got going on here. We've got, of course, another quilted carbon fretboard. And then the vines with those little green accents in there. It's a really cool way to set off the look for your guitar. And then we've got, of course, the green on the headstock matching as well. It just brings it all together. And then we haven't even seen the back yet. Let's look at that. That's just, you know, perfect blend between the front and the back there. And you can see, if you can see in much detail, the sort of curves here on the back. You know, the Emerald X30, it is, you know, it's the biggest, you know, 6-string that we offer, the biggest body size for an acoustic, but it doesn't really feel, you know, like it's a massive guitar, because we've got these ergonomic cutaways and bevels around the sides here. We put this up against the J200, and we measured them, and it's exactly the same, you know, width along the lower bout, but it definitely, you know, just even with the bevels there and stuff, it feels a lot more comfortable. So if anyone's looking for a great big guitar that excels at not only, you know, big strumming, but also finger picking and stuff as well, the X30 is the way to go. And of course, there's another hi-fi duet as well. So lovely. Enjoy that one, David.
And now for another X30 with a twist, we have Paul in Alaska. This beautiful, beautiful guitar is in Amara Ebony, which is also in ebony, much like the Royal Ebony, but you can see the difference. You still have these consistent black stripes running through it. You have this super interesting pattern, but you almost replace those yellow and white tones with this lighter brown. It's very, very pretty. This X30, as I've mentioned, is a 12 string, and we've done the quilted carbon fretboard running up, along with gold vines and red dots. Those red dots apply the perfect sort of accent the whole way through the guitar. We've matched the gold inlay with the gold hardware on the top, and that really sets off the look of the front profile. Now when you turn this guitar around, you have this lovely vibrant amber back and sides, which I think looks great. I think it really complements the gold notes throughout, and just look at that in the light, it's crazy. We've also fitted this with the high vibe system, so that'll be a lot of fun on a 12 string. You can add your reverbs and all that and just make this massive guitar sound even bigger again. So very, very pretty. Paul helped to enjoy it.
So last but not least, we're going to Colorado for John's X20 Synergy harp guitar. So obviously, because everything's made with carbon fiber, we've got a chance to do some really interesting things with our designs. You can see, you know, the whole way through, we've got recurring elements like our 3D sort of sound hole, where it projects not only out the front, but it also gives you a new experience whenever you're playing the guitar. We've got all these interesting bevels. You know, we've got, you know, extended cutaway, you know, different sort of shapes and designs. It also lets us do some more unconventional things like this that you don't see every day. So basically, a harp guitar, for anyone that doesn't know, is it marries together obviously a 6-string guitar, but also we've got sub-bass harp strings here on the side. So it's basically like, you know, 2 instruments in one, and we've got this amazing dual neck design. So just like all of the others too, this is one piece that it's formed in using our sort of signature molding process. So you can see right across the board there, we're going everywhere from, you know, it's pretty cold up in Nova Scotia, then we go through to Texas, we've got Italy, we've got Quebec, not the warmest places on the planet, and then we go to places like Oklahoma and Texas again. People from all sort of different places and climates choose Emerald because of these things, among others. You can rely on these bad boys to weather the freezing cold winters and the gigging out in the sun and coming in and out of the bars and all that kind of stuff, and really, you know, hold up. So it's one of the other good things about the 12 strings here as well. If anyone else has ever owned a 12 string and you spend half your time tuning it, well, you don't have to worry about that with an Emerald. So let's get back to John here in Colorado. So he's got this lovely X20 Synergy in green. So one thing that's different from, I don't think we've got too many Graph-type ghost piezo systems in the others. So in this one we've got 6 individual piezos here with the adjustable saddles, meaning that you can take up your action and adjust your intonation if you're, you know, if you're looking to maybe change your string setup or something like that. We've got the same thing here basically on the harp side, and then we've got all of our controls in here for our pickup options too. So we've got dual pickups on the K&K and the Graph-type ghost piezo here, and then
it also has MIDI, this particular model.
Sorry, we've got MIDI on this one as well.
Very fun.
So let's take a look at the sides. We've got our, let me just get a grab of this. So we've got our MIDI output here as well. So it means if you want to run this into something like a GR55 or a Boss Y1000, yeah, you can get a whole range of guitar tones, non-guitar tones, synths, pianos, whatever you want. So there's a whole range of tones on offer from this one. So that's the biggest, baddest boy of the lot there. So congratulations to John in Colorado. So that's it for this week. Now, Alistair did say last week that he wants us to do a little bit of playing on some of these guitars, so we're going to go away and do some playing on them now, and we'll throw it into the end of the video here. Thanks very much for joining us. If you like any of what you see in here and you're interested in designing your own guitar, you can go onto our 3D builder, or if there's anything in the 3D builder you need help with, or you just want to maybe talk about maybe some stock options or anything else, you can contact the guys. The email is down in the description as well. So thanks very much, folks.
Thanks, guys.